up, guys? It's your girl Infod.monae, and I'm coming at you guys with another video.
You feel the vibe is contagious. Look in your eyes, shit is dangerous. Real ass nigga, give a fuck about a bitch. It is what it is, this some 5-star dick. She a big gold freak, it's a must.
Hi guys, so we starting this video by patting the steak. So the steak has already been cleaned off camera, so I'm just patting it dry so that I can begin to season my steak. As you can see, I have already laid down a piece of plastic saran wrap over my cutting board, so I'm just doing that because that will be where I'm going to place my steak so that I can begin putting my seasons on it. So now that the steak is dry, we will begin to put our salt. I'm using Lawry's seasoned salt. Next, I will be using some onion powder, some black pepper, and I'll be using some salt. You can use the different type of seasons that you like. It is completely up to you. This is what I like to season my steak with. I am not measuring because I know generally about how much I like to put on my steak. So if you want to measure, then you can, but as for me, I just kind of eyeball it. So generally, because I know about how I want to season my steak, I do not use measuring. However, if you are not comfortable with seasoning or you're not used to seasoning your food, then be sure to use some measuring cups. You can pick them up from the dollar store or either Walmart. Remember to season your steak on both sides. So after I'm done with side one, then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to season it on side two. So each season that I showed you in the beginning of the video, then I will be using that. So now you'll see me, I am flipping my steak over now, and I'm going to proceed to add the same exact seasons that I used on the first side. There's no particular order that you have to put the seasons in. Just make sure that you add them to your liking. This is what I like to use. Different people use different things, so please keep that in mind. Also too, as I did mention in the beginning, I did wash the steak off of camera. I just wanted to mention that so that no one's in the comment section saying she didn't wash the steak. I did wash it. I washed it off camera. So next, you want to get some cooking oil. I like to use canola oil. I only used about a top full. So you're gonna see me pick up the frying pan and I'm gonna move it around. Next, you're going to place the steak in the frying pan, and you want to let this sizzle for about 5 minutes, and then you're going to turn the steak over and let that sizzle for about 5 more minutes. I did not cook the steak completely through because I don't want it to be tough. I want it to be tender. So I'm going to set my oven to 400 degrees, and then I'm going to place some butter in the pan. I like to use Blue Bonnet. You do not even have to use a lot. So I'm going to take a clean spoon and I'm going to put a small amount of the butter down in the pan, and you'll see me put that in the spot that I will be laying both of the T-bone steaks. So you want to just spread that out over the aluminum foil, and I like to put the aluminum foil in my baking pan. It's just a habit. It's just something that I like to do. So make sure you just spread that all over your aluminum foil. Whatever you're going to put your steak at, you want to make sure that you have the butter. This will help the steak to not stick to the aluminum foil, but it will also help to absorb those seasons as well that you have placed on the steak. Keep in mind that now we are placing the steaks down. The butter that you see in the pan, I am going to place that on the steak as well. So now that they're both laid down, this is what the steak looks like before it goes in the oven. And you want to place some butter on top of your steak. I will be adding some parsley to my steak because I like to add that extra flavor after the other seasons have already soaked in. So next we are adding the parsley, and I'm going to add the butter on top of the steak. So continue to watch and I'll come back on. Okay, so now I am placing the butter on the last steak. Please keep in mind I am about to put this in the oven. If you like your steak medium rare, you don't have to put it in the oven. So guys, this is the finished product. This is what the steak looked like outside of the oven. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.